Hello, English learners. Welcome to this episode. Today, we will talk about fixing cars. If you don't understand English well, don't worry. After this episode, you will know everything about car fixing.
I am Alexa, and I love learning about cars. Fixing a car may seem hard, but if you understand the basics, it becomes much easier. Today, we will explain everything simply.
I'm Alex, and I enjoy working on cars. Fixing a car can save you money and time. Many small problems can be fixed at home. Let's talk about the most common car issues and how to solve them. Knowing how to fix a car is very useful. It helps you save money and time. If your car breaks down, you don't have to wait for a mechanic. You can solve small problems yourself. It also makes driving safer because you understand your car better.
That's true. If you learn basic car fixing, you can avoid big problems. For example, if your battery dies, you can jump-start it yourself. Also, if you know how to change a tire, you won't be stuck on the road.
Some common problems include a dead battery, flat tires, and engine overheating. Many people also face issues with their brakes or oil levels. These problems are easy to fix if you know what to do.
Yes, another common issue is low tire pressure. If your tires don't have enough air, your car won't drive smoothly. Also, dirty air filters can make your engine work harder. Checking these things regularly is important.
First, you need a spare tire, a jack, and a wrench. Park your car on a flat surface and use the jack to lift the car. Then, remove the damaged tire and replace it with the spare. Finally, tighten the bolts and lower the car slowly.
That is a great explanation. Always check your spare tire before a long trip. Also, make sure you tighten the bolts properly. If they are loose, the tire might not be safe.
If your battery dies, you need jumper cables and another car. Connect the red cable to the positive terminals of both batteries. Then, connect the black cable to the negative terminal of the good battery and a metal part of your car. Start the good car, then your car.
That's right. After starting your car, let it run for a few minutes. This helps recharge the battery. If your car still doesn't start, the battery may be too old, and you might need a new one.
Checking engine oil is simple. First, make sure your car is off and cool. Pull out the dipstick, wipe it clean, then insert it back. Pull it out again and check the oil level. If it's too low, you need to add more oil.
Yes, and always use the right oil for your car. If the oil is dirty or too old, you should change it. Old oil can damage your engine. Changing oil regularly keeps your car running smoothly.
Brakes are one of the most important parts of a car. If your brakes don't work properly, it can be dangerous. If you hear a squeaking noise when braking, it means the brake pads need to be replaced.
Exactly. Also, if your brake pedal feels soft, there might be a problem with the brake fluid. Checking your brakes regularly can prevent accidents. Never ignore brake problems.
It's important to check your lights often, especially before driving at night. To check your headlights, turn them on and walk around the car. For brake lights, ask someone to stand behind your car while you press the brake pedal. If a light is out, it might just be a burnt-out bulb, which you can replace easily.
That's a great tip. If both brake lights don't work, the issue might be a fuse or wiring problem. You can check the fuse box inside your car and replace a blown fuse. Also, keep your headlights clean. Dirt or foggy covers can make them less bright, making it harder to see at night.
Windshield wipers should be replaced every 6 months to a year. If they leave streaks or make noise, they need changing. Lift the wiper arm, press the tab to remove the old blade, then slide the new one in place. Make sure it locks securely. Good wipers help you see clearly in the rain, which is important for safe driving.
Yes, also, don't forget to check your windshield washer fluid. If the fluid is low, refill it with a proper washer solution. This helps clean dirt and bugs from your windshield. If your wipers still don't work well after replacing them, there might be a problem with the wiper motor.
The alternator keeps your car battery charged. If it fails, your battery won't get power. Signs of a bad alternator include dim headlights, warning lights on the dashboard, or strange noises. If your car dies while driving, the alternator might be the problem. Getting it checked early can prevent your car from stopping unexpectedly.
That's right. If you suspect alternator issues, test your battery first. A weak battery can cause similar problems. You can also check the alternator belt if it's loose or worn out. It won't charge the battery properly. If your car struggles to start often, visit a mechanic to check both the alternator and battery.
Keeping your car well maintained helps save fuel. Check your tire pressure, as low pressure makes the engine work harder. Also, change the air filter regularly. The dirty air filter reduces airflow and makes the engine burn more fuel. Driving smoothly and avoiding sudden acceleration also improves fuel efficiency.
That's true. Another tip is to keep your car light. Remove unnecessary weight, like heavy tools or items in the trunk. Also, using the right engine oil and keeping your tires properly aligned can make a big difference. Planning your trips to avoid traffic can also help save gas.
If your car won't start, check the battery first. If the lights and radio don't turn on, the battery might be dead. Try jump-starting it. If the battery is fine but the engine won't start, check if you have fuel. Sometimes, a loose battery connection or a bad starter motor can be the issue.
Good advice. Also, listen to the sound when you turn the key. If you hear a clicking noise, the battery might be weak. If the engine cranks but doesn't start, it could be a fuel or spark plug issue. If you still can't start the car, it's best to call a mechanic for help.
Your engine can overheat if it doesn't have enough coolant. Always check the coolant level and refill if needed. Also, inspect the radiator for leaks or blockages. If your engine overheats while driving, turn off the AC and pull over. Let it cool before checking anything. Driving with an overheated engine can cause serious damage.
That's great advice. Also, if you see white smoke from the engine, it may mean a coolant leak. If you notice the temperature gauge rising often, have your cooling system checked. Replacing old coolant and keeping the radiator clean will help your engine stay at the right temperature.
Strange noises can mean a problem. A squeaking sound when braking could mean worn brake pads. A knocking sound from the engine might mean low oil. If you hear a clicking noise when turning, the CV joints might be worn. Paying attention to noises can help you find problems early before they become serious.
That's a smart tip. Also, a rattling noise under the car could mean something is loose, like the exhaust. If you hear a loud humming, it might be a problem with the tires or wheel bearings. Always check where the sound is coming from and describe it to a mechanic if you're unsure.
Keeping your car's interior clean makes driving more comfortable. Vacuum the seats and floor regularly to remove dirt. Use a dashboard cleaner to keep surfaces dust-free. If your seats are leather, apply a conditioner to prevent cracks. Also, avoid eating in the car to prevent spills and bad smells.
Yes, another tip is to use sunshades on hot days. Sunlight can make the dashboard and seats fade. Keeping windows slightly open in the summer can also prevent heat buildup. If you have pets, using seat covers helps keep fur and dirt off the seats. A clean car interior makes driving more enjoyable.
Regular maintenance helps your car last longer. Checking oil, brakes, tires, and lights regularly can prevent big problems. A well-maintained car runs smoothly and saves money on repairs. Keeping track of service schedules and fixing small issues early can stop them from becoming expensive repairs later.
That's so true. Also, following your car's manual for maintenance schedules is important. Changing fluids on time, checking belts, and keeping parts clean make a big difference. A car that gets regular care runs better and is safer to drive. Always listen to your car and fix problems quickly.
How do you check your car's transmission fluid? Transmission fluid keeps your car's gears working smoothly. To check it, start the engine and let it warm up. Then, pull out the transmission dipstick, wipe it clean, and insert it again. Pull it out and check the fluid level. If it's low or dark, you may need to add or replace it. Good transmission fluid helps your car shift gears properly.
That's right, if your car has trouble shifting, or if you hear strange noises when changing gears, the transmission fluid might be dirty or low. Some cars don't have a dipstick, so you may need a mechanic to check it. Keeping the transmission fluid clean helps prevent expensive repairs.
Spark plugs help start your car. If they are bad, your engine may misfire, run rough, or use more fuel. A car that struggles to start in the morning might have worn spark plugs. Replacing them is simple and can improve engine performance. Most spark plugs last between 30,000 to 100,000 miles, depending on the type.
That's a great point. If you notice your car losing power or shaking when idle, it might be time to replace the spark plugs. You can check them by removing one and looking for black carbon deposits or damage. Changing them on time helps your engine run smoothly and efficiently.
A car door that won't close properly might have a problem with the latch or alignment. First, check for any dirt or debris in the latch and clean it. If the door still won't close, the latch might be stuck. Try applying lubricant. If the issue continues, the door might need adjusting at a repair shop.
Yes, sometimes extreme weather can make rubber seals stiff, making the door harder to close. Applying a rubber conditioner can help. If your door makes a clicking sound when closing, the hinges might be loose and need tightening. Fixing small door issues quickly prevents bigger problems later.
Squeaking noises usually come from the brakes, belts, or suspension. If your brakes squeak, the brake pads might be worn out and need replacing. If you hear a squeak when turning, the suspension may need lubrication. If the noise comes from the engine, the serpentine belt might be loose or old.
That's true. If the squeaking happens when you accelerate, the fan belt could be worn. A simple way to test is by spraying a little water on the belt. If the noise stops for a moment, you may need a new belt. Regular maintenance helps prevent these noises and keeps your car running smoothly.
If your power window won't move, first check if other windows work. If all windows are stuck, it might be a fuse issue. If only one window is stuck, the motor might be faulty. Try pressing the switch while tapping the door panel. Sometimes, a stuck window needs a little push to move again.
That's a great tip. If the window moves slowly or makes a clicking sound, the motor could be weak. If your car has manual windows, the handle mechanism might be broken. In both cases, it's best to get it checked before it stops working completely. Keeping window tracks clean also helps prevent this problem.
A leaking radiator can cause overheating. First, check for coolant under the car. If you see a leak, turn off the engine and let it cool. Then, check the hoses and clamps for damage. If the leak is small, you can use a radiator sealant. If the leak is big, you may need to replace the radiator or the hoses.
Yes, if you keep losing coolant quickly, the leak might be serious. Sometimes, cracks in the radiator need professional repair. Also, always use the right coolant for your car. Using water instead of coolant can cause rust and more damage over time. Regularly checking the radiator prevents overheating problems.
A clean engine runs cooler and lasts longer. First, make sure the engine is off and cool. Cover sensitive parts like the battery and air intake with plastic bags. Then, spray a degreaser on dirty areas and let it sit for a few minutes. Use a brush to remove dirt, then rinse with low-pressure water.
That's a great method. After cleaning, remove the plastic covers and dry the engine with a towel or air blower. A clean engine makes it easier to spot leaks and problems. But be careful, never spray water directly on electrical parts. Regular cleaning helps your car stay in good condition.
Different colors of smoke mean different problems. Blue smoke means your engine is burning oil, which could be a sign of an oil leak. White smoke means coolant might be leaking into the engine. Black smoke means your car is burning too much fuel. Each type of smoke needs attention before it causes bigger damage.
Yes, if you see a lot of smoke, it's best to get your car checked quickly. Sometimes, a small issue like dirty air filter can cause black smoke. If your car is losing coolant without a visible leak, white smoke might mean a blown head gasket. Checking early can prevent expensive repairs.
If your car shakes while driving, the tires might be unbalanced or worn out. If it shakes when braking, the brake rotors might be uneven. If it shakes when idling, the engine mounts or spark plugs might be the problem. Finding the cause early helps keep your car running smoothly.
That's true. Sometimes, low tire pressure or loose bolts can make the car shake. If you feel vibrations at high speeds, the wheels may need alignment. A shaking car is not just uncomfortable, it can also be dangerous. Regular tire checks and engine maintenance help prevent this issue.
If your heater isn't working, first check the coolant level. Low coolant can stop hot air from reaching the cabin. Also, check if the thermostat is stuck closed. If the heater blows cold air, the heater core might be clogged. Flushing the system or replacing the thermostat can solve the issue.
That's true. A faulty heater fan can also cause problems. If you don't hear the fan running, the blower motor or fuse might be bad. Sometimes, air pockets in the cooling system can block heat. Bleeding the system can fix this. A working heater is important in winter, so check it early.
If you see oil dripping under your car, the oil pan might be leaking. First, check the oil drain plug. It may be loose. If it's tight but still leaking, the gasket might be worn out. Replacing the gasket or sealing small cracks with a special sealant can stop the leak.
Yes, driving with an oil leak can damage your engine. If you notice a burning smell or low oil levels, check for leaks. If the oil pan is cracked, replacing it is the best solution. Regular oil checks help you catch small leaks before they become big problems.
If your battery keeps dying, first check if you left lights or electronics on. If not, the alternator might not be charging the battery properly. Corroded battery terminals can also stop power from flowing. Cleaning the terminals and checking the alternator can help solve the problem.
That's right. If your battery is more than 3 years old, it might be time for a new one. Extreme weather can also affect battery life. If your battery dies overnight, there might be a hidden electrical drain. A mechanic can test the system to find the issue.
If your gas pump keeps shutting off when refueling, the fuel tank vent might be clogged. A blocked vent prevents air from escaping, making it hard to add fuel. Dirt or debris in the filler neck can also cause this. Checking and cleaning the vent can fix the issue.
Yes, another cause is a faulty charcoal canister in the evap system. If it's clogged, air can't escape, making refueling slow. If you notice a strong gas smell, the system might need repair. Keeping your fuel system clean helps avoid these problems.
If your key is stuck in the ignition, first check if the steering wheel is locked. Turning the wheel while gently moving the key can help release it. Dirt inside the ignition can also cause sticking. Spraying a small amount of lubricant can help free the key.
That's a good tip. If the key won't turn, the ignition switch might be worn out. A weak car battery can also cause ignition problems. If the key is damaged, getting a new copy might solve the issue. If the problem continues, a mechanic may need to replace the ignition cylinder.
Fixing small car problems by yourself can save time and money. Regular maintenance helps prevent big issues. Understanding how your car works makes driving safer and more enjoyable.
Yes, we hope this episode gave you useful tips. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. See you in the next episode for more car tips.